Hello everybody, welcome back to another video. Today is episode 13 of your Chicago Cubs franchise mode. As today, well, I accidentally messed up again, funny enough. I accidentally just deleted my fucking recording of this MLB the Show when I was trying to clean off the files off my computer, which I gotta say, the amount of times I do this, I should start organizing my stuff a lot more, but apparently I don't. I never do. This time, I'm gonna start organizing my clips a lot better, alright? I'm sorry about that, but we have another messed up episode here for the Chicago Cubs, so we're just gonna do a quick revamp of what happened over the deadline, and where we are at in the standings and the playoffs and all that sort of stuff. But before we get into all that, I'd like to just say, if you are new to the channel, make sure to slap that subscribe button and hit that like button as well. So let's get into this bad boy. So right off the get-go, I want to take a look at the trades, because that was the big thing in the last episode, is what we did for trade-wise here with the Cubbies. So our very first deal is what we made was we picked up Chris Flexen from the Mariners. Now, we traded away Carlos Mejias, Owen Casa, and Christopher Morel. Carlos Mejias was one of our first basemen. He had a beat potential, decent contact. Owen Casa and Christopher Morel was just guys that we could have thrown away. We picked up Chris Flexen to build up our, our depth in our starting rotation a little bit, especially if we're going to be going on a deep playoff run. And Chris Flexen has been amazing for the Cubs since we acquired him. He was like 7-7, and now he's 15-7. We're going to be looking at his stats a little bit more, but he was absolutely amazing. So that's one of the big deals we made at the deadline. And then the next one, we picked up Sam Hillard. Now, we traded away Alexander Vizcano. He was one of our depth guys, and then Vargas. So we really didn't trade away a whole lot of prospects. Vizcano was already a guy that was up on the team that he just wasn't having a very good year, so we sent him off to the Rockies with Vargas. So we picked up Hillard, a big power hitter, and Chris Flexen for basically, really for nothing. So we'll take a look at the team now. So we added Sam Hillard onto the squad. Of course, we're going to have to individually take a look at everyone because I simulated a little bit, which fucking hell. Can I take a look at like player statistics and just take a look at the entire team? Not playoff, just like not career. Can we just take a look at regular season stats? No? No, we can't? Okay, well, that sucks. Anyways, I guess we'll have to take a look at each individual player. But, so Nick Madrigal this year, he had a solid season this year, 53 RBIs. You guys all know Nick Madrigal is a fucking amazing guy. He's been our leadoff guy for the past 4 years now since we got him from the Chicago White Sox. We didn't even have to pick him up. He's been here on this team for a while now. He's just been absolutely amazing. Seiya Suzuki also had a career year this year, 103 RBIs, 36 home runs. Seiya Suzuki was just absolutely incredible this year, and he just continues to grow. His slugging percentage was at an all-time high. His on-base percentage was still pretty solid, and a really good average for Seiya Suzuki this year, as he continues just to be an amazing fielder, amazing hitter, amazing power hitter, just about everything. Rafael Devers also had another big year for the Cubs, 41 home runs, 100 RBIs. A little bit of a less average this year. I think he struggled midway through the year, but he was also one of our all-stars as well. On-base percentage, not bad, and still a great slugging percentage there for my man Devers. Josh Naylor, who was hitting up in the 4th spot this past year, also had a really good season this year, 56 RBIs. 12 home runs. He really did really good in that 4th position. 307 average, a great slugging percentage this year. On-base percentage was amazing. He just really put up some good numbers, and I think that's where he kind of belongs. He belongs in that 4th spot, especially with that great vision and great contact. He could be that cleanup hitter, and he really did a good job. He drove in a lot of runs this year, and he's just been an amazing pickup for us. We picked him up a long time ago. I don't even think we picked him up for very much. We traded away one of our, our depth guys, and Josh Naylor has just been an amazing prospect, and he's still really young. I mean, we're going to have to pay him big time next year, so that's kind of a worry. Ian Happ had another credible year this year, 31 home runs, 102 RBIs, great average, great on-base percentage, slugging percentage a little bit less than last year, but still another amazing season here from Ian Happ. Patrick Wisdom also had a decent year this year. Not a great average, but still smacking home runs, smacking RBIs, which is what we wanted to do. Hillard, we picked him up, and honestly was very, very good power hitter. When we kind of picked him up, I think he only had about 12 home runs, so he did a decent amount more. And we put him on the right-handed side, while the left-handed side had Brennan Davis. So we kind of changed it up a little bit just so we can have, Hillard hitting a little bit as well. Contreras also had another great year this year, 30 home runs, 91 RBIs. I'm glad we have him for a little bit longer on a decent contract. And then Nico Herner also had another amazing season as well. I mean, just about everybody in this hitting order did really good. Like even Brennan Davis had an amazing season for us once again this year as he hit a little bit more and just continues to develop and being a great outfielder. Frank Swindle didn't play as many games this year, but still not a bad year. Bresso and then also Garrett Hampson played a decent amount of games for us as well. Great average and great speedy guy. I'm excited for him to be in this playoff run that we're about to have. He's going to be a great guy to throw on base a lot. So our rotation, we had a lot of good bonuses with our rotation this year. Freddie Peralta, absolutely amazing pickup this year. He went 16-6. He had a lot of innings, his most innings that he's ever gotten in his career. 210. He was absolutely incredible. 261 ERA. He was just an incredible, ace for us this year. And what a pickup. I'm glad they were paying him $35 million over the next 10 years because that was just an incredible pickup for us. Dylan Cease also had an incredible bounce back season this year at 284 ERA. He went 15-7 this year. Incredible pickup in Dylan Cease. Sean Manaea also had a really good year this year as well. 312 ERA, great strikeouts. He was just a really good bounce back guy for us this year, and he's going to be massive for our playoff run. Bert Azulio as well had an amazing season. I mean, we're just talking about amazing pitchers from top to bottom, a 3.43 ERA, and I'm really excited to see how well he'll do this upcoming playoff run. And then Chris Flexen. I think we're going to be mostly using Chris Flexen as a bullpen hand most likely during this playoff run, but a 3.47 ERA. He was at like a 3.71. He was 7-7, so every game he played, he won, and he was just absolutely incredible for us, and I'm really excited to see how he'll do. Marquez had a rough season this year, but I'm hoping he'll, bounce back, and his A potential dropped down to a B potential, which is a little bit worrying. It's really worrying, but our bullpen was really the highlight. We were talking a little about how Suarez is looking super good. I'm excited to use him for this upcoming playoff run, a 191 ERA, and he just continues to look amazing here for the Cubbies. Joe Jimenez had an amazing season this year, 294. What a pickup he has been as well. Roman Wick had a decent season as well, a 159. Actually, really good season for Roman Wick. Drew Schickenrider, one of our free agent pickups, was really good as well, 260 ERA. Cody Hewer, great setup guy. Will Smith also didn't pitch as many innings compared to last year, but still really good season for Will Smith. And then Josh Hader, the main man of the hour, also had an incredible season for the Cubbies as well. As now we're going to be going up against the Atlanta Braves in the first round of playoff action as we went 107-55 this past year, and we're going to be going up against the Braves who beat the Colorado Rockies in the first round of in the wild card game. So we're going to be going up against them in the first round of playoff action. So just quickly taking a look at the Braves here. Actually, before we do that though, I don't want to exit, but we'll take a look at the kind of the schedule from free agency on, as we did pretty damn well, especially in the month of August where we were just picking up W's left and right. We just see a bunch of green, and we had some big wins against the Mets, 10-9, 11-1, where we're a big batting squad. If you were giving us that, that chance to hit, we will hit you a lot, and you've seen it a lot throughout the year, and I'm excited to see what we'll be able to do in this upcoming playoff run, because it's really, really going to be some exciting stuff without a doubt. So we'll take a look at the Braves now and see how deadly they're going to be, which they are pretty scary to say the least. So you got Elliot Dudek, Cosmo Mendoza, which is also a former Cubby, I'm pretty sure, but Mendoza looking really good, great contact, great fielding. He's the big DH guy for the right-handers, and then I think they throw Jalen Miller out there for the left-handers. And then you got Austin Riley, which is scary. He had a beast of a year, 52 home runs, 130 RBIs. He's going to be a scary guy to go up against, because then right after that, you got Ronald Acuna Jr., and then right after that, you got Matt Olson, which all these guys are big home run guys, are looking to take you out of the park. And then not just after that, you got Dansby Swanson, and then Mitch Haniger right afterwards with Ozzie Albies and Cam Gallagher. So it's going to be a hitting showcase, and we're really going to have our pitchers play really good. And honestly, Our lefties are going to have to play huge against these guys. I think Manaea is going to have a tough workload, but we're going to need Manaea big time, especially against, someone like Riley. I mean, his contact's still really good either way. It's going to be tough. We got 3 All-Stars that we're going to have to go up against in a row, and that's going to be pretty tough for us in general. And then their bench is also looking pretty damn deep as well, so we're going to have to deal with these guys coming into the lineup if we have to deal with that. So it's a pretty scary team that we're going to be going up against, and especially even their pitching is also a pretty scary task to go up against us. They already played Ian Anderson in Game 1, so we're probably going to have to deal with Max Fried in Game 1 here against the Braves, and then you got Mike Soroka, Hansker Yanoa, and Zach Eflin, and then their bullpen is also pretty deep with Kyle Miller, Tusco Sinot, which is also pretty good. Ronaldo Lopez had a pretty good year, 2.99 ERA. Trevor May also looked really good, and then you got AJ Minter, Nick Anderson, and Jonathan Lazongia. So just great pitchers from top to bottom that we're going to be having to go up against. So in general, it's going to be a really, really tough series against the Braves. But for now, guys, I'm going to end the video here. Sorry, guys, about, me deleting the recording once again. I'll try not to do that again for the next few recordings. But for now, guys, I'm going to end the video here. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you guys all in the next one. Adios, amigos.